Dude, I feel like I'm about to film something else. You know
Like what?
I mean? I don't even know.
I want to keep that about a fist away.
Okay. Boom. There it is.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right, Tate.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be good.
You pull up the Google machine.
Got my notes too. Who needs?
Oh, you got notes?
Had notes. Who needs them?
Is that you?
Look at that.
What the fuck?
Dude,
You're
I'm
on a
telling
podcast.
You. Yeah, I know, man, but it's like, it's happening.
That's good.
There it is. Yeah.
You get a yes?
Yeah, like second one today. It's happening.
That's good, man.
Weather, though, like snowbirds. Is this happening right now? Mm-hmm. Is it already happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, snowbirds. Basically, dude, with the weather too, man. Like, the phone, I hate to be that guy at the party, though. Like, oh, hey, I got to take this phone call. But, like, I'm starting to be that guy. Like, and I'm pumped about that, though. I have to be.
You have to be. And it's brand new.
Dude, it is brand new. Everything about this is brand new. Well, other than the window cleaning, but
yeah,
I'm pumped, man.
What? Well, freshwater window cleaning.
Yeah.
Give me the rundown on that, and then I got a bunch of questions for you.
Okay, so obviously a play off of Lake Michigan, but this all started with me when I was 21. Went to Wisconsin. My cousin was the vice president of a window cleaning company, Al's Window Cleaning. They're the people that you see on the side of, like, the buildings with, like, the Superman capes, Batman capes.
Oh, no shit.
The costumes and stuff.
I think I've seen some of that marketing.
Yeah. And, like, and as a new guy, I'm like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But, like, the seniority guys had that. But still I was out there doing that. And then fast forward, like, 8 months later, he moves his family to Florida, and they started a window cleaning company down there. We had like 2 years where I was back home, and I was like, dude, I got to get back in the game. So I go down there, and I clean windows in Florida with my cousin for like a year at least, and it was just great, you know. Like, I love it. It's like satisfactory. So fast forward 10 years later.
This episode is brought to you by the Ramsdell Regional Center for the Arts. You can find them online at www.ramsdaletheater.org, or you can reach them by phone at 231-398-9770. So check the website for the ticketing information. That's www.ramsdaletheater.org. This episode is brought to you by the Outsider of Manistee. We're showcasing their family tavern, their beer garden, and their arcade. Their large outdoor patio. This place is really awesome. It's very focused on family, getting people outside, getting them to tour the city of Manistee, showcasing our social district with their newly added indoor bar, which is awesome. They have 6 drafts, over 100 canned beers and canned cocktails to choose from on the menu. This is a really awesome place for the family. You got to mess the kids, fill their pockets full of quarters, let them have at those pinball machines. Mom, Dad, enjoy a nice cold draft beer or a canned cocktail. Get yourself something to eat, feed the family, feed the kids, wake up that liver a little bit, and then go enjoy downtown Manistee. These guys are located at 457 River Street. You can find them on outsidermanistee.com. Call them at 231-299-1235. or order for pickup and delivery at orderoutsider.com. Check this place out. You won't regret it.
Talking about this for a long time. My fiance's always been like, dude, you should do that. You should do that. But it's like taking that jump.
Yeah.
So at the end of last year, we took that jump. Wasn't the best time. It's October. But fast forward to now, and people are calling, and it's like 2 months ago. Had nobody, had a couple people, and now the phone's ringing off the hook. So I'm just pumped, but like, shout out to you. You were one of my first companies. Just a little job. You had 3 windows down there, but that's like what got me going. And it's little things like that. I don't know. So like that's a long story short.
Sure.
But it's just a very satisfactory thing for me to do that. I was doing high rise in Wisconsin, and so like you're hanging off the side of a building. Nobody's out there, but it's just you, the windows.
What are you talking? Are you strapped in, like doing that shit where you're on like one of those movable, what the hell, scaffolding deals?
A little different. And other window cleaners, if they see this, they're gonna get mad at me because I'm not gonna say this right. It's like called like a dude. It's crazy. Like no, there's like I follow tons of people on Facebook, and I'm not gonna say this right. I'm gonna butcher it, but it's a bassoon board or a bosun board or something.
Okay.
So you strap in and you rappel down like you're Navy SEAL 6 or whatever it is, and like
SEAL Team 6.
SEAL Team 6, yeah. And yeah, you just go over the wall and I mean we did 20, 30 story buildings, and I was making like $15 an hour doing this back in the day. Like hopefully those guys are making more. I got 2 feet on the ground, just ladder stuff here.
Yeah,
Obviously we don't have like the big stuff, but best shape I was ever in, and I just loved it. But it was a long time coming, but luckily my fiance just kept pushing me like, hey, do this, and now I did it, and now like it's happening.
How do you get some of those windows that are as high as like the ones at the library?
So that was a challenge, but luckily my cousin Phil, shout out to his cousin Phil, he had a couple ladders. I went and got a 32-foot ladder, and I was sore for like 4 days after that. But we got it done, and it was a good time. I mean, it's like mowing your lawn, vacuuming. When you get done doing a window, you're just like, damn, that looks good. And so a lot of my motivation just comes from doing that.
Yeah.
Just seeing that.
So the business side of it, building the business side of it, like forming an LLC, right?
Yeah.
So like who coached you through all that?
Okay.
I mean, I know how to do that shit.
Yeah. But so you gave me some tips on that, but shout out to my friend Cody Edwards, who runs Arcane Pizza in Grand Rapids. He kind of got me through all the processes to get that going, through figuring out what website, and if I had any questions, call him. I'm like, hey, what is this? But getting the LLC was one thing, and then you have to go to the city and get a permit. And there was it feels like there was tons of other stuff, but it was actually not too crazy. It was just time consuming.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad that I started in September, October, whatever it was of last year, so that I was ready to run when season started this year. Because now I'm ready to go. If I was just getting my LLC and stuff now, I'd be behind the game. But I'm ready now. Insurance was another thing, so he turned me on to that too. So Cody Edwards gave me huge stuff, information wise,
Sure.
to get going. And then it was just a little job with you, it's just a couple windows. But every time I come in, I'm like, hey, are you doing this or are you doing that? So like that was priceless.
Sure.
It wasn't even about the money at that point. It still isn't. It's more about like I'm having a good time and having fun with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a good time. I mean,
did you sit down and paper this out? Did you put a business plan together, or is it just all in your box?
So for like 10 years.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is I didn't even have a license until like 4 years ago too.
No, that's on the internet now.
So, yeah, it is. But there was one time where I can remember I work at Bluefish part-time. They have a big ladder in the basement. So, boom, take that ladder. I had my friend was working, managing North Channel at the time. Walked all the way downtown across the bridge with this big ladder. People probably thought I was like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
But at that time, it was just like, oh, I'm just trying to make some extra money. But this time, I went into it. You know, I was like, we're going to do this for real.
Yeah.
And 2 months ago, I had this many people, a handful. And now it's just like a snowball, like rolling downhill, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I see it, you know, and I'm just really pumped.
How are you
Pumped about that.
prioritizing jobs? I mean, are you scheduling everything out now? Are you putting it all on like a Google Doc, Google Calendar, you know? I'm interested in this because, you know, maybe a little back and forth, a little discussion. We can both help each other in some way, and how, because this is why I like having these conversations with people that are doing their own thing, that are running their own business, because I learn from you just as much as I hope you learn from me.
For sure. So my cousin that's down in Florida, he got me onto a yard book. It's a landscaping
Like a planner,
basically. And I was 100% about that. And I still am. And my fiance was like, you got to use this planner. You got to have this planner with you at all times, because when people are calling you and you're on the road, you're not going to take 10 minutes to type this in. I'm like, no, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And in the beginning it was. But now, with more people calling and business getting bigger, it is, I love the planner. I just love having a calendar in my hands, and somebody calls me, I can just write it down. When I get home at the end of the day, I can plug all that in on the computer.
Yeah.
But when I'm on the road or being busy, if I'm at a job, I don't have time to sit there and plug in names, numbers, emails, whatever else it may be, addresses. So the planner is literally 100% the best thing in the world. And so I got to thank her for that. But so basically I got two different systems. So I got the online, but the paper beats all. I mean, still to this day.
Dude, I've got notes and planners and calendars, and I got things written the same way on 12 different things. Yeah. But it just helps keep me dialed in. I got ADD really bad, so.
Yeah, I mean the space van, as I call it.
Yeah.
Gets crazy after one day. Like, I clean it out, it looks good, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, what happened in here? But it's a good problem to have.
Are you invoicing?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's like cash, check.
Let me go back on that. I know you're invoicing. Are you doing contracts?
No.
Okay.
And it's funny you actually bring that up.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to say that. And first time I heard it, I was like, are people making people sign contracts for window cleaning? Like, just cleaning your windows. But it is a thing. But I'm not going to do that around here. At least in my head, I'm not going to do that, because
I think you should. I think you should.
I don't know.
Competition does contracts, right? And
these are my people, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. But then but still,
it's like an honor system. To me,
I agree. I see
until I get burnt. I haven't been burnt.
And then you're gonna, then it's gonna hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm down for like, hey, you're always like, hey man, you need me to wash your windows? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, wash them. Here's your money.
Right, right.
But like, it's just like,
now if I had some bigger jobs, maybe if I got something like the hospital or something, or I don't know, just. Let's say it was like a $5,000 contract or something.
You
maybe
came to me the first time and we're like, hey, and this is what I'm doing. Like, yep, absolutely wash the windows. And then you're like, how about I just come every month, every couple of weeks, every month? And I said, yeah, but what if, for example, a lot of people, You know a ton of people, dude. But what if you say to somebody, hey, how about come like once a month, every couple of weeks? And you're like, yeah. And then you show up, and then you're coming every couple of weeks, and you're like, hey, dude, whoa, I don't need you to come here all the time. And then, you're doing the work, you're looking for payment. At least if you had it in a contract, you could say, this is what I can do. If I come every other week, it'll be this much. If I come every month, it'll be this much. Let's do it like a 6-month contract. Let's get you locked in on that. Okay, fine. That way, both parties know that this is how much it's going to be, and this is how many times you're going to come. And the only reason why I say that, well, is for a couple of things, because I'm really big on built to sell. So at some point, you're going to want to, what if you want to upgrade? Let's put it to you this way. You need a new van, or you want to buy a bunch of more equipment. Like, I don't know what exactly it entails, aside from from me just looking as an outsider looking in, like I gotta have some brushes, I gotta have some rags. But what if you want to expand the business and you need to get some shit and you want to go to the bank, and all the bank is going to see is a bank statement, like, hey, this is how much I have, but you don't have any track record of income. You don't have anything that's tied to income, potential income. So if you say to the bank, well, listen, I've got 40 contracts that after 6 months they will total $25,000.
So part of that goes back to the yard book thing. Like, you might pay me $10 cash, right, for the 2 windows or something. Uncle Sam doesn't need to know about that. But sorry,
those are tips. Sam. Those are tips.
Yeah, that's $10, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it by the book. So when I do a job, I go back, I invoice it, whether or not you want a receipt. I'm still putting it in the books. And at the end of the day, at the end of the year, I'm still gonna go to H&R Block or wherever. Man, I'm doing too many plugs. You guys are gonna owe me money.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna put that in, and at the end of the year, I'm gonna say, hey, I did 10,000 or 20,000, 30,000, and I'm still gonna pay my taxes on that, regardless of how you want to pay. And with the contract thing, it's like, if I show up next month, actually, this is something that just happened. I have a client. Business is possibly gonna change hands or something. Or yeah. So if they want to continue to go with me, cool. If they don't, then that's fine. There's no expectations. I'm totally just for the people, and whatever happens. But I'm not gonna lock somebody into something. I have one client, a residential client, that with most residential clients, when I go and do the job, we're just gonna flip through the calendar, and if they want to pick another day, we'll flip through the calendar. I'll be like, oh, this week I have nothing going on. Do you want to pick any of these days? And they'll go, oh, I have nothing going on Tuesday. Can we do that? I'll go, that's fine.
I don't think
so.
The contract itself.
I just don't want to. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody.
I'm going to hammer this point.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Get at me.
I've been in sales a long time, dude. The contract is important. I understand why you're hesitant to do it. I mean, you think it's a handcuff. For the most part, it's not really legally binding. It's more of a good faith thing between two people. You're providing a service, they're accepting your service, and now you're scheduled out. Now you can at least look at, air quotes, guaranteed money for the next however months, whether that's 6 months or you contract them out for a year. It's really a good faith kind of. It just kind of reaffirms. It's a lot like
scheduling wise.
Yeah,
it helps.
Scheduling wise, it definitely will help. But then also you can forecast. You can say, all right, I've got all these contracts. I know that in this time frame I'm going to make X amount of money for sure. And again, that's if you do need a loan or you do need assistance, you can show a forecasted amount of income to a bank or something like that. But also, real quick,
right.
I have contracts with lawn service. I have contracts with the snow plowing, and these are my friends. These are my friends. Like, if you came to me and said, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm offering a 6-month deal right now for your windows. I can do your windows for this much money, and I can come here every other week and make sure that you're squared away. As long as I can get you locked into this deal right here.
Right.
And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I get that shit in the mail now, so it's automatic. So then I would say the next move would be, once you have somebody signed up, then it's like automatic mailer to them for the next series. Like, here's your contract for 2025. Appreciate everything you did for me in 24, and this is what the new structure is going to look like, and I will come on these days, sign it, mail it in. And some people, like me, for example, I don't even pay month to month. If you told me it was $20 every other week for 6 weeks, that's like, what, $240? I don't even know if that's right, but let's just say it, and I'll just mail you a check.
And I do want to be professional in that way. I don't want to be a bucket Bob, as they would say in the community or whatever. But most of the people I'm dealing with right now, at least, are people I know. And if I said, hey, this is $20 or $40, and the way it's going is they're like, all right, I'll see you in a month. If that month landed on a Friday, but I show up on Thursday or I show up on Saturday, most people aren't caring right now. Maybe I'm not big enough at this point to worry about that, but like for me, it's just a good faith system, and it seems to be working. So like I'm not against what I'm doing at the moment, but I know, like with plowing or something, which might be something I have to think about in the future, because I'm not cleaning 1 million windows when it's 5 degrees. I can do it, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing as much as obviously when it's nice out. But the contract thing, I'm just not there yet. But I'm definitely going to put it in the back of my mind. But I don't want to rope you into something either at the same time.
I don't think it's roping. You're providing a service. I won't let it go, Tait, even after this podcast.
I know,
dude. You need to do contracts, dude. Your competition does contracts, and some of the people that you are currently doing windows for work under contract with said competition.
I got a client, and somebody brought up contract, and I felt bad because I kind of laughed at it first, because I had never even thought about a contract.
Yeah.
But they were in a contract with somebody else.
Yeah.
So to them, it was a real thing, and to me, it wasn't a thing. Because I'm just like, I'm going to show up every 2 weeks or once a month, and when I'm here, I'm going to clean the windows, and I'll invoice you. Simple as that to me. But I also don't want to be a corporate type of, I'm a local guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to be that forever. Mm-hmm. Even if I branch out and get into Ludington or Traverse City or whatever, I'm still going to consider myself a local guy, a small town business or whatever. It's like in Manistee, I've worked in restaurants for forever. Mm-hmm. I've worked at every restaurant in Manistee. I don't think I could ever go work at an Applebee's. Sorry, Applebee's. Or just a corporate place like that, because you got all these rules, you got all this whatever. Like with me, no, I'm flexible. Let's work. Let's figure it out. Yeah. And you say you want me once a month, you say you want me every 2 weeks, I'm going to show up. If you're not there, you're not there. If you want a little something extra and I got the time, like let's do that. That's where I'm at. But go ahead, I can already see me on a job. You're gonna pull up, hey, you got that contract? I'm gonna be like,
I just really, for service, it's I got some good buddies that are in the HVAC business, right?
Right.
And they're not doing a contract to say, hey, every 8 years you need to get a new furnace and I'll put it in for you. They're doing contracts like spring cleaning out of your, let's get it all ready. Let's get you prepped for winter. And then they kind of, these like guaranteed inspections, basically.
Yeah.
You just kind of pay up front. They give you deals. And I would never, ever say that you need to discount your work. But if you do things like, if I sign you up for 6 months or a year, you get, it's going to save you this much money because I'm locking in the
I'm
work.
with you on that
Yeah.
one. I'm not going to argue against that because winter-wise, I am thinking of a checklist home inspection type deal. I'm not there yet, but that's something in the works, and that is something that contract thing might work more for. I mean, the whole thing, but
I think it would work for your growth too. So, I mean, I'm sure that you've sat down and said, well, like, how much do I need to, what is my gross, what does my net need to be to add team members? And then with seeing a projected income, you can say, all right, well, so you hire me to work with you in the summer.
Right.
You have this many jobs.
Yeah.
And now if you're out landing contracts, you're filling that space with
That's
the
the
new
goal.
hire that
Yeah.
you're growing your business based on future projections. You can do what you can. You're still going to be washing windows, but now you've got this other person that, well, I know that I'm guaranteed this much money, so I know that I can guarantee this person this many hours, this many jobs, whatever, and build and grow off of that.
Yeah. Growth-wise, I think you're right.
If you don't have people locked into some type
now,
of contract, then you'll never know. At any point, people could be like, "Hey, man, I don't need you," and you've got people under you.
Yeah, but I just,
I won't talk about contracts anymore.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Call it a service agreement.
I gotta.
How about that?
Get to that point. I'm not there right now. Right now, I'm with the people, for the people, whatever, political. I'm for the people, I'm fighting crime.
yeah. Stay out of Gotham.
Yeah, but contract's not there yet, but it's getting to the point already, and I just didn't expect it to be this fast, if I'm being honest, and it is. And so if I was to get somebody, hopefully, 4 people or 2 trucks out there, 5 days a week in the future, then I'm with you on more of a contract thing. But right now it's more like, hey, James, you want your windows done? You're gonna say yeah. I'm gonna be like, okay, what are you thinking? Weekly, 2 weeks, a month, semi-annual? What are you thinking? You're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna show you my planner, right? And then I'm gonna go home, put it in my yard book or whatever, put on my online thing, and I'm going to show up on that day, and I'm going to text you, the day before or week before, send you a reminder, hey, I'm going to be there in a week. Is that still cool? And either it is or it isn't. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I think I should maybe delete the word contract. And
maybe that's
make it service agreement. And a lot of the things, and I guess I'm hammering the word contract because it's the first one that came to my mind. But everything that I sign for this type of service stuff is all service agreement stuff. Like, I'm agreeing to pay you for your service,
right,
on a rotating basis here.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if I clean your windows and you don't want to pay me, then
you're fucked.
Then whatever, at least I get to work outside, and I'm not at the same job every day. It's not monotonous. Every day is a new day, and I literally love doing this, man.
I can see it on your face. Yeah.
I'm passionate about it, and it's crazy because I'm just cleaning windows, but dude, but
it's yours.
It's mine, and I love it. And it's not like something I haven't done before, but it's just like mowing your lawn or vacuuming or whatever. When you're done with it and you step back and you go, man, that looks nice.
Yeah.
You feel good about it. And especially when the client feels good about it too. When they go, oh my God, and then they text you the next day and they're like, I can't even tell there's a window there.
Yeah.
But you're good when birds start flying in the windows or something. That's when you know you've hit like
You
a
did a
whole
good job
nother-
when you're murdering birds.
Well, maybe we should get even on that, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I love it. I just do.
Dude,
I really do.
I mean, I think you're going to be very surprised at how successful, and maybe you won't be surprised. I'm not surprised at how successful you are already.
I am right now. I'm
You know a
actually
shitload of people.
I'm nervous, man. Like in a good way,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect any of this.
You're super likable, dude. You know a ton of people. You're not a dickhead,
most of the time.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're asking.
So, I mean, I think the sky's the limit for you, really.
Yeah. And the other thing is, most of the competition is going to charge you also for 2 hours for two guys in a truck coming from wherever. I'm right here. So as far as Manistee goes, like, I got you,
Yeah, I mean, you've got endless potential, really. Is your focus more on commercial or residential? Not that it matters, but I'm just curious.
Tricky question.
Okay.
Because, like, all right, so let's just be honest. I prefer commercial because most of the windows are straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Show up downtown, windows right there, step ladder, boom, boom, get it done. Residential, you never know what's going on. Inside for sure. Outside, bushes, trees, whatever. You look at the windows. At this time of the year, it's one thing. Then they bloom, they blossom, and now it's a totally different game when you come back 6 months later or 3 months later.
Yeah.
So the game's always changing on residential. Happy to do both. Commercial's just straightforward, so it's like I know what I'm looking at, I know what I'm getting. But definitely happy to do both. And honestly, it started out with commercial,
Sure, yeah.
but it seems to be residential's I don't even have time right now to go out and get more commercial, is how it feels, because I'm getting a lot of house calls right now. And
Yeah, one house could probably take forever, dude. So many windows in a house.
but it's like sometimes you like, man, that's going to be a 4-hour job and it takes 2. But sometimes you're like, that's a 2-hour job and it takes 4.
Yeah.
Commercial, you do it over and over again. You know what to expect every time. You get better, you get faster. And then, that hourly wage goes up each time. Residential is going to be 1, 2, 3 times a year. 4, 5, if they're that kind of person, totally okay. And it's just 2 different animals. You know, it's hard to.
I gotta imagine that a big window like what I have here is much easier than a little residential window. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like
I'll tell you that when I first showed up, it wasn't.
here.
Yeah.
Because they were dirty.
But I hadn't been cleaned in.
It'd probably been a minute.
And,
Hey guys, I've only been in the space for like a month.
Yeah, well, we're gonna break. So the next time I show up, though, so let's say I don't even remember, but let's say it took me 30 minutes. Next time it might take me 25. With a house, same thing. Depending also like on hard water stains.
Yeah.
Depending on what you have in the ground, sprinklers, it's like hitting the windows nonstop. Leaves hard water stains, depending on if you have a well or city water too. And so the first time I might have to scrub and scrub and scrub, and it's going to take me 4 hours. Next time I show up, it might only take me 2. So the first time you might be thinking, what is this guy doing out there?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And then the second time you're going to think, well, he was a lot faster this time. But there is residential, commercial, 2 different animals. I don't prefer one over the other. Residential, I learn something new almost every time I go to a house. Every time I go to a house, there's something new that I've never seen before, and I've been doing this on and off for 10 years. So, commercial, straightforward. But I'll do any of it. I don't even care.
You made the comment. It was you and I were talking, and you made a comment to somebody else. Maybe it was Dylan was here where you were. I can't remember where you were at. Where you were at?
At the outpost, maybe.
Yeah, that's where
you guys were
I was
having-
with Danny,
we were having-
and you
oh.
were talking about where were you at where like the ladder just fit just right, little shit like that, where you were kind of praising the contractor because
I honestly, I don't know for sure. I don't want to.
it was a cool
Say for
conversation
sure,
because
but-
you were kind of talking about how like just you made the job was so much easier because everything just kind of worked. It fit. You didn't have to pull like the ladder, like it didn't have to be extended too far. Everything was perfect. It doesn't really matter.
I'll tell you. I did the library like a month ago. 22 degrees. I was sore for 4 days after, but it was so satisfying having it done. But when I went and quoted it, I was like, all right, no problem. And then when I went and did it, bushes everywhere that I just didn't even factor in. I don't know what I was thinking or whatever. And then in the summertime when they bloom, I mean, that's going to be a whole nother animal. But yeah, when the ladder fits just right, and you get right up in there and you do your thing, like it is nice. It's a nice feeling, if you know what I mean.
Now, see, like for the library, that's where a service agreement would come in real handy.
Yeah, and again though, with them, it's like, and being a local guy, I know like 4 or 5 people that are working there, and I think they kind of went with me for that reason a little bit. And if I show up and I do a good job and I just shake hands, look people in the eye, and I'm be a nice guy, like that's really, if anybody's looking to start a business, that's it to me. It's half of it's doing the job. The other half is being that guy.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. I don't know what the ratio is, but being,
it's not 50-50,
but being
yeah.
the stand-up good guy, good gal.
I wish I could remember how that conversation went.
It was just interesting, like just the way that the property was built. Everything just kind of fit perfect for you.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, you got me. So yeah, Nuvu gas station.
Nuvu, that's what it was.
Whoever is the contractor there, whoever built the extra, because I don't think it always had that extra space in there.
It didn't.
So whoever built that out was contractor friendly, because they put this metal beam all the way around, so my ladder just sits on that instead of having to figure out how to get it close to the window, whatever.
Yeah.
And the sills, normally an inside job, I got to worry about water falling down, hitting the floor, make sure that I use little water, things like that. Well, the way they have it built, it collects everything. I don't have to worry about it. I just put my ladder up. I go around. I'm not worried about this metal beam because I just set the ladder on there. I'm not worried about the windows because I don't have to set them against the frame of the wall, anything like that. Like whoever was the contractor on that, shout out to them. They nailed it. And I'll tell you this too. I'm giving Nuvu too many shout outs here. Good. Yeah. Just kidding, Nuvu. The manager came in. She's like, "Man, it's warm in here." I'm like, "It's all good, I'm getting warm, but it's all good." She's like, "Oh, some windows." Hits a button. All the windows just off the top just opened up. It was next level for Manistee at least.
Yeah, that's next level.
It was whoever designed that front part that they put on there. They thought about people coming in and having to work, and I appreciate that because it could be way harder than it is. Don't get me wrong, I'm sore after that job too, but
are you still hitting the gym, homeboy?
I never missed chest day. Which I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna say something at some time about how when I was at PCA, work a 12-hour shift, get out, go hit the gym at 6:15 in the morning. You're just finishing up a workout. I'm like, God, I got to get on that guy's level, dude. Like, so you're a big motivation for me, Like, I'm like, dude, this guy's just finishing he just ran 10 miles at 3. He came and crushed a workout, and he's just leaving. I'm just getting here, and it's 6:15 in the morning. You got Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, 4 a.m. club. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, you got your green drink right now. Like,
Yeah. It's all about bro science for me.
things like that. Anybody that knows me, I love to have a good time, just as much as the next guy. But we do only have one body and one chance at this, and if you're able-bodied, you got to get it. So that's what I'm trying to do, man. And,
Get it in.
And I'll tell you this too. It's not like I needed to lose 8 pounds, but I've lost 8 pounds doing this already.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're grinding every day.
The best shape of my life I was ever in was when I was 21 doing high-rise window cleaning. I'm talking an 8-pack, but like we were going, you're going up 40 flights of stairs, down 40, up 40, down 40. Obviously they have elevators, but you still got to go carry these ropes that are like 80 pounds up and down, up and down. You got to pull them, move them, and then 5 years later, after doing that, Muay Thai was like the best shape I was in since then.
You did Muay Thai?
For a little bit.
No shit.
For like 6 months. It's not
whatever.
not
That's
that
still
crazy.
kinda gnarly,
it was
dude.
cool, but
That's still
not
pretty
that cool.
gnarly. I would have never thought that.
Dude, no, right? I'd still probably lose most fights. Don't tell anybody. And then like I've just been trying to maintain for the last whatever. Never miss chest day. Gotta get that bench up.
Gotta get that pump.
But now doing this, I'm getting back into. It's just like straight cardio and straight core. When I was at PCA, I gained like 20 pounds. I don't even know why, because I felt like I was working hard.
You look jacked in the gym.
Well, I was drinking a lot of heavy protein shakes. Now I'm just eating like 5, 6 times a day, but just lean in, and shoulders are just popping because you're up and down, and you're going. And man, anybody that wants to get in shape, window clean, I'm telling you, with me, not against me.
Not against them. Not against them.
But yeah, so no, I'm feeling good. Just from doing that, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, if you could still kind of keep the workouts in play, I think that would just help you out.
Yeah, and I do.
With that soreness.
It's hard, you know. It's like, what do they say? It's like 6 months to get it, 2 weeks to lose it, or something. You know, it's a consistency thing, and everybody really should. And even if you're not working out, you should still drink a protein shake every day, is what somebody told me, at least once.
I mean, be cognizant of what you're putting in your body. Don't be a fucking dummy.
You know, everything.
Fast food every day.
Something my mom always said. Shout out, Mom. Everything in moderation, even moderation. Mm-hmm. You know.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Even moderation.
Yeah.
I like it.
Everything in moderation, even moderation. It's okay to splurge, have some fun, eat whatever you want, but you also got to take care of yourself. If I didn't, let's say I wasn't taking care of myself, I wouldn't be able to go up and down this ladder and do these things. And then where's the business go? Nowhere. So the gym is a huge part of it. I'm not missing chest day right now. You're not seeing me because you're in there at 4:30 in the morning.
It's like 5:15 now. Yeah, but yeah.
5:15 now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been about 5:15. Well,
you're not so crazy.
Betsy talked me into getting a pour over for coffee, like a Chemex deal. And
what is that? What do you mean?
It's just a glass container, and you put a filter in it with your coffee, and then you boil, water in a kettle,
right?
And pour it over. Like, it takes fucking forever in the morning.
And that's a convenience thing for me.
I still get up at the same time I always did, but it takes 15 minutes or more for me to make, and I'm making it. I don't just hit a button.
Right.
So I get up.
I'm more about the button.
The coffee's way better, but it is a pain in the ass, and it's pushed me to about 5:15 now when I get to the gym. But
so you get up at like 4 a.m. every day, you think?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah. And that's not
Slacker.
some fucking, I get up at 4:30
You
and
slack-
I
you
meditate and I do a journal for 20 minutes and I fucking do push-ups.
Yeah,
and I
that's
have
Mark
to-
Wahlberg. Yeah, dude.
I get up that early because the day starts. Like my kids got to get up at 6:30 to go to school.
Right,
Betsy's got to get up and go
yeah.
to work. I got to go to work.
Man, dad life.
Dad life,
yeah.
bro. That's my time to go to the gym. That's my time
It's
to get my
unfair
runs
because you
in.
probably have like 50% more strength just for that. You know what I mean?
I got dad strength. I got
Yeah.
a big fat ass stomach though. I can't get rid of. I haven't been able to get. Yeah, I turned 40, dude, and it's been like the biggest struggle for me. Everything else is bulky and tight, but I got this fucking drum around my waist. I can't run it off. I'm going
Ladder
on
work.
roids.
Ladder work.
Ladder work. Yeah, that'll help.
Ladder work.
Fucking testosterone.
Might have to
is what
call
I
you
need.
soon.
Betsy's always like, you're the one person that doesn't need more testosterone.
I follow a bunch of guys on Instagram that are like, trend. You know, that's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
No. No. Stick with the greens, right? And then clean windows, go up and down some ladders, and you're solid. That's it.
Something that popped in my head, totally off topic.
That's okay. Yeah.
But you were talking about when you were at Bluefish, you grabbed the ladder, and you went down. It was like you went down the North Channel.
Yeah,
Your friend, that was Brian, right?
It was.
Dude,
Yeah. That's my guy.
he had his fucking squash. I was on Instagram like, I don't know, 3 weeks or so ago, and he posted something in his story. It was just his head with this huge scar all the way back in like a rubber like drainage tube coming out of it. And I was like, and I haven't talked
Gnarly,
to B
yeah.
in I don't know how long, and I just went, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was like, I had brain surgery. That's all he said. And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
wait, what? He goes, oh yeah. What did he have? Like a tumor or something they had to take out or?
If you hit him up today, he'd probably give you a totally different response. Like, instead of whatever. But, yeah, no, it was like a malignant. I don't know. Everybody in my family is nurses. They know all the stuff,
Yeah.
the terms and whatever. But it was a thing. They had to take it out.
Yeah.
It was causing him to have
Like
seizures
and shit?
but I've hung out with him a couple times since it's been out. It's still Brian.
Is it?
He wants to play poker, and I'm like, dude, I can't play poker with you right now. I'm not gonna be able to read you, dude. Come on. I'm like, you're gonna be the best poker player in the world. You're gonna take all my money. That's
Yeah.
But no, that's my guy, and
He's a good shit, dude.
he's doing fine as far as I know right now.
Good.
Yeah, I just seen him a couple days ago. So.
That seemed like it came out of the blue, but maybe not.
Well, and that's back to the gym thing. You never know, and it happens to the best of them. You could do all the best stuff. You could drink your green machine every day, run 10 miles every day, and still something at the end of the day could get you. But we only get one chance, so you gotta take those measures to not have that happen. Unfortunately for him, it was a different story. But
Fortunately, they got it.
fortunately, they got it.
Yeah.
And shout out, man, I'm loving this. Can I do? How many shout outs can I
do
do?
as many shout outs as
Shout
you
out
want.
Paige. Shout out Mom. Shout out Randy. Shout out my fiance Lindsay.
Yeah. Especially Lindsay.
Especially Lindsay, because I would not be here without her.
Yeah,
By the
dude.
way, we'll get into that in a second. Back to Brian just for 2 seconds. If it wasn't for Jess, they might have not found it. From what I'm thinking, I mean, she knows her shit, and
Who's that?
his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. So
Yeah,
and
she's
she
like
was
a
like,
doctor,
"Hey,
isn't she? Or something?
I want to call her a doctor, but
Yeah.
nurse, doctor. I don't.
We'll call her a doctor.
We'll call her a
That
doctor.
sounds better.
To me,
She's a doctor.
to me, she's a doctor. She's like, hey, we gotta do an MRI or whatever, or a CAT scan. Or I don't even know.
Yeah,
but and then they seen it and they got it and cool, and he's doing fine, and he's still Brian, and that's my guy. So thankful for that. And then to piggyback a second ago, I wouldn't have done any of this if it wasn't for my fiance Lindsay, because she's been she was like, man, you weren't happy at PCA, which, I mean, I was, like, it was fine. Money was cool, but I worked like
Shift work,
3,200. Yeah, shift work. It's like, double backs, whatever. Shout out to everybody at PCA. Love the shout out.
Yeah, but I get it, man. Shift work sucks.
But I'm like, man, every time I think I'm doing something for the rest of my life, it ends up not being that, like, it never has to be that you're stuck doing something, because I'm there, I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm going to do this for the next 30 years. And she was like, hey, get out of there. So I went and I became a manager at Arcadia Bluffs, and I did that for a summer, and I was like, all right, this is cool. And then winter came, and I'm like, well, I can't not do anything for winter, so what am I going to do? And she's like, do the window thing. And I'm like, all right, fine. We're going to do it, but we're going to do it right. And she's like, yeah, you're going to do it right. Got the LLC, got the insurance, got the permit from the city, everything like that. And I never would have done that, because before that it was just, hey, Brandon, hey, James,
Yeah.
can I clean your windows? We did it right, and now we're here. But it's like, it wouldn't have happened if she wasn't pushing me. And
We all need a nudge.
Even now, I get home and she's like, do your paperwork. And
Yeah,
I'm
good.
like, and I probably wouldn't, but she says that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I probably should. You're right.
You're going to marry her.
I
So,
know.
I mean, you're a fucking team no
Yeah.
matter how
Yeah.
you look at it, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't do any of the things that I do without my wife.
Yeah.
We would have never, bought commercial real estate. We would have never built Manistee Beverage. I would have never done
Right.
any of that without her. I would have sat
No,
back with
in
the
my
team.
head, I like to, be manly and be like, I could have done all of this. But, like, if she wasn't like, do it,
Yeah.
I probably would have just kept saying I could do it. But now we are doing it, and it's because she got me there.
That little extra that gives you the confidence, that's teamwork,
Yeah.
that's giving you the boost that you need.
Yeah.
She believes in you. That's why she
Oh,
tells you to do it.
she does. First time she seen me clean a window, I think that's the only reason she married me. Or is going to marry me. She's like, damn, you're pretty good at that. I'm like, I know.
There's so many wrong things I could say.
Hey. Do a couple things right in life. One top thing I do is clean windows.
Yeah.
For
Well,
everybody out there.
definitely sounds like you got a good one there. A team player.
Yeah.
So what else are you doing? Do you have a website, or is it just word of mouth right now? Is it Facebook?
Word of mouth is crushing me in a good way. I am on Facebook, Freshwater Window Cleaning LLC.
I need to follow that.
Yes, please. That'd be awesome. Anybody that can follow that would be great. And I think that was also a big thing for me too, was getting the social media going. I want to get better at that. Doing the jobs, getting the jobs, no big deal. Mm-hmm. But the logistics is things that I don't know. I didn't go to school and learn finances and all these other things, school of life, I guess, where that's again where Lindsay comes in handy. She helps me with a lot of the filing and invoices and all that stuff. But word of mouth is my best friend right now, and I almost don't even want a website yet, because I'm not prepared for that influx yet.
Yeah, you don't want to scale until you can scale.
Right. I wanna crawl before I walk, and walk before I run. But I was crawling, and now I'm sprinting right now, which is a good problem to have. So website will come eventually, but it's window cleaning. It's not going to be a bunch of clickables. If I had a website, it's just going to say,
I don't know if
hey,
you
this is what I
necessarily need
do,
a
and
website.
this is my...
It'd be a landing page, if anything.
Yeah, what do you call the top part, like your mission statement? Yeah, so it would be something like that. And my phone number or something. So I'm not too worried about that right now. I really, social media wise, is where I'm going to look to you. and hope for maybe I'd like to do a bunch of funny stuff or whatever. Just get people to know that I'm like a cool guy. Like
You are a cool guy.
When I said that, it was the most uncool thing that anybody's ever said.
People think I'm a cool guy.
I want everybody to think I'm cool. Like,
Your Facebook page is dope.
Edit that.
I don't edit anything.
Yeah, for sure. I bet you don't.
Your Facebook page is dope. But yeah, I think that you got some videos in here.
No, but I would
You've
like
got some videos in here, dude.
Yeah, you know what? And each
Very
one of those
cool.
took me like 45 minutes to make. They're all 30-second videos, and they took me so long to make. But that's where,
These are great.
eventually, like, you and I can maybe figure something out,
These are
right?
great.
You got your running thing, the Rusty Fish, and Run the Pier.
Yep.
Do you have any other ones?
Right now it's just the Rusty Fish. Well, I mean that's 6-7 races wrapped up in 2 events.
Oh,
so,
shit!
yeah.
Is that many?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's good enough.
Now you do.
Now I do. You don't want me to show up to those.
Yes, I do.
Embarrass you.
You wouldn't embarrass me.
You finish first on most of them?
Oh, well, and those races, I don't participate in them because I'm just too focused on doing the events.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have other races that I participate in that you're more than welcome to.
So you're scared.
No. I am a runner. I'm not a top 5 finisher in anything when it comes to that. So, and I'm okay with that. The point of me like doing a race, participating in a race, is for me and me alone. I'm not in it to try to beat other people. There are certain benchmarks that I try to set for every event, whether that's like a speed or time, but I don't get in them to be number one. Especially the races that I do. I mean, they're
For sure.
long distance
sure.
races, so.
Well, I'll do my best to get there, but I am going for number
Well,
one.
I'm actually you should. I mean, why not? If you want to do a 5K, so like Run Up Here, we have a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a full marathon.
26.2.
26.2. Yep. That's gonna be a fun one.
I don't
Right
know.
now,
I don't know
that's
if I'm in on that one.
the 5K.
the
The
5K
5K is
though,
always
for sure,
rad, dude.
for sure.
And we're doing
5K.
in fact, I'm supposed to be meeting in a couple of weeks here with the Run Club because they want to put together a couch to 5K like training calendar for people. You don't have to like come and like run with a bunch of people, but they're gonna put a calendar out and like tell, okay, so today, if today's your day to start, maybe today's a 1 mile run, and you build up to being able to run 3 miles, and they might do something for like a 10K too. But right now the talk is let's set something up to get people, to encourage people who aren't runners to come and do the 5K.
Well, that goes right back to our health. I mean, and that's like another reason you're a part of this, Like I'm not lying. Like, 'cause that's something we need in the community too. Like, growing up, you're like, I gotta get out of Manistee, but then you get out of Manistee and you realize what good stuff we have here. But we do need more stuff for, especially the youth, to do. And I'm 31 now, but I still consider myself a youth, so I need stuff to do, you know what I mean? So like, these are all great things, and I'm just happy to be a part of any of it.
It's really cool when you're doing your own thing and you involve yourself in the community more, and it's really for a lot of people that's the catalyst to get you involved in the community. It's because you need the community more for your business, so now you automatically, just by attrition,
right? They
have to be more
hand
involved.
in hand.
Yeah, they definitely go hand in hand. I mean, there is more things that I do now because of the last 10 years, community-based, than I've ever done, solely because of the businesses I own.
Right. Yeah. No, it gives you that stage to do it, and
you become a cheerleader for the community, which is infectious, and more people start recognizing it and seeing it, and then if they see you as somebody who is positive and cheerleading for the community, they'll look to you. I always look
a positive all the way.
Yeah.
I don't even have time for any of the negativity anymore. Like,
Yeah,
I
push that shit away.
don't know if that's an age thing or what it is, but I'm just like, dude, I just don't need it.
Yeah.
Take it somewhere else.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. No, I'm pumped. I'm there. And Freshwater Window Cleaning is going to be
Freshwater Window Cleaning LLC on
yeah.
Facebook. Give them a like. Let's pump these fucking numbers up.
Yeah, let's get them up.
Let's
Come on.
pump
I mean,
them
it's
up.
pretty weak right
I
now.
will put this
150.
in the show notes too.
Okay.
So that people have the link and they can go right to your Facebook page. And you do have some really rad videos on here. But yeah, let's get this pumped up. If you guys can go to Freshwater Window Cleaning LLC and share that shit, give it a like and a share, that'd be great. That would be.
That was oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was part of my anxiety was coming here and pumping these numbers up.
Pump them up.
And
that's what you want.
next thing you know, yeah, it is what I want.
You know, it's what you want.
It's like right now, I'm one guy. I'm real close. I want 4 guys, 5, 6, 7, but 2 trucks. Let's go.
Yeah.
But again, that's back to the walk before we sprint thing because I want to make sure it's all legit.
You'll know when
it's going to happen when it's meant to happen.
You're already taking risks. You took the risk to say, I'm going to do this. You took the risk to pay the money for to get the business permits from the city, to form your LLC, to buy the equipment that you need.
And all that was like new territory. It's like
dude.
discovering new land. It was fun in a way. The only thing I wish I could have done different, film it all.
Yeah.
YouTube it, show everybody how to do it, because anybody can do this, or not this, but this too. But anybody can start a business, but they just probably are thinking, oh, I don't know how.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how, but we've got the internet in our hands, literally, and you just do it. You just got to just do it. So anybody that's thinking about doing it, just do it.
I had a guy stop over at my house last night, actually, and I'm like really, I'm a salesperson by trade, so I usually get really super defensive when somebody tries to sell me something, because
you're at least aware of what they're trying
to do.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I'm going to call this kid today. I don't know who he is. He gave me his business card.
Okay.
But it was towards the end of our evening, and he pulled in the driveway, came to the front door, and when I answered it, the first thing he did, he introduced himself and gave me his business card, and I just kind of, I took the card and cynically.
Yeah, how do you not,
dude?
Man,
what are you selling?
Hollywood Boulevard. Take my CD. You're just, oh, can I get a donation?
Yeah. But he's a power washer. He cleans houses. He power washes houses.
Yeah.
Right. And
great business. Yeah.
I mean, the first thing he said was, I'm only stopping because I drove by your place and I saw over by the garage. It looked a little dirty on the garage.
Ooh.
Have you ever thought about cleaning the outside of your house?
Yeah, you dirty.
And I'm like, instantly
you dirty,
I just went out. Yeah,
you dirty man. You
dirty dude. I said, no, but thanks. Have a good one, man. Good luck. But then in hindsight, I started thinking about it.
A couple days later.
Betsy, that was last night. I told Betsy last night, I'm like, this kid, he's out grinding.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I'm probably gonna call him as long as it's not outrageous.
You might have been his first pitch.
Maybe.
You might have been the first house he stopped at.
I just stomped on his dreams. Get the fuck out of here.
He went home. He was like, "All right, forget power washing."
We live right on the corner of a busy road, so I'm always getting people stopping to sell me shit.
Yeah.
But this kid is out there. Like I said, he's out there grinding, trying to get work. So I'm probably gonna call him.
And that's something I got to work on maybe too. The spiel. As you would say,
the elevator pitch.
I've been serving in restaurants, bartending for years. I have a spiel, or I have 100 spiels by now. But when you first start out, you don't know what to say. You go up, you go, "Can I get you anything?"
Yeah.
Instead of,
"No, we're just here to sit."
"Hey, welcome to James Boudry's. Can I get you a beverage or anything to start with besides, maybe an appetizer or anything like that?" But when you're first starting out, you go, "Can I get you anything?" So it might have been the kid's first time or whatever. How old do you think this kid was?
Oh, dude.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Barely 20s.
Yeah.
Maybe 22, 23, maybe. Shit, maybe 18. I don't know.
I think power washing would be a great way to go. I've thought about it.
This kid is just like, I was going to ask you that if that's something that you wanted to like add to your repertoire, but you're out there getting after it right now.
Right now, I have enough hands full with the window cleaning. I'd like to add power washing eventually. There's more insurance, more risk. You can mess stuff up a lot easier power washing than you can window cleaning, and I've seen it happen.
I'm not calling him now. I'm pretty sure he's not insured.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure of that, because if you have especially a good power wash or something, a handheld that's like they get to talking all of a sudden, they're talking, they're doing this for a second, drills a hole right in your pavement, and they go, I don't know how to fix that. Especially if they're not insured.
Yeah, right.
But if they're insured, they can just call somebody. But down in Florida with my cousin, we did a lot of power washing, but he handled most of that. Me and my little cousins, we'd all do the windows while he was power washing. But they go hand in hand, because when you're power washing, you mess up the windows. So it's good to, if you're going to do power washing, it's good to do window cleaning.
Yeah.
But if you're window cleaning, you don't have to necessarily power wash. But it would do good around here. Florida, year-round. Michigan, though, it's like plowing.
Yeah, what a business to have in Florida. I mean, you don't lose in the season.
Even slow season, it slows down, but their slow season is summer. At least, like, it's still warm, and there's still people there, and people still need to have their windows cleaned or driveways power washed. Up here, we'll find out. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I do have some clients that are like, we actually want them done more in the wintertime, especially downtown, because the salt and everything like that, trucks driving by, they mess up the windows bad. The great thing in Florida was the salt off the ocean. We did one house, this guy paid like $800 once a week for us to come there. I'm talking, that's $32,000 a year just on window cleaning, because the salt comes in off the ocean. And I hate to say numbers, because I don't really know, but you were guaranteed workly week on ocean front properties, which were big houses, because the salt just comes in off the air and messes up the windows. In the wintertime, a lot of people here leave, but that is what it is, and I'm gonna figure that out. Like, that's back to the contract thing.
Service agreement.
That's back to the service agreement thing.
Yeah, we'll do service agreement for sure.
It all comes full circle.
Do you have an Instagram page?
I do. That one's not as awesome. I've only got like 3 posts on that.
Yeah.
But I do have one. Yeah, Freshwater Window Cleaning LLC.
Them up.
Instagram. Yeah, go ahead and follow that.
These videos too, dude. I can see these videos on TikTok.
But I really have no idea what I'm doing on how to make any of that. That's where you're going to become like my best friend. You know what I mean?
This is like what do they call it? ASMR. Like the people that are like eating food all day. Yeah. So I'm watching this video right now. Right? It's very satisfying watching you squeegee or whatever the fuck it's called, this window.
Yeah.
And
we're climbing the mountain.
You put that shit on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't TikTok get banned or no?
It's not getting banned. It's a bunch of political bullshit, dude. These are the kind of videos that what you should do. Give yourself a tripod. You have one, I'm assuming, or is somebody videoing you while you're?
No, I filmed that while I did it.
No, how did you set your phone up? Is it on a tripod?
I literally held it. Like definitely not.
Get a tripod, put your phone up, hit play, and just work. Just do all the work.
I do have a good one of me doing the CDI building, the Vogue's in the background. I just set my phone up against the bucket. But that one looks really cool because you got the Vogue sign in the back.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah, that one's badass.
That is badass.
Sorry, pardon my language, but that's probably my favorite one, just because the Vogue sign looks so cool in the background.
It's like it's time released. It's sped up.
Yeah. So. I really want to get into doing more of those, and I always ask people ahead of time, hey, can I film myself here, and can I share this for my social media?
Most people are going to say yeah.
Yeah, because I'm promoting them
their business,
too. shout out to CDI on this one because I actually didn't ask about this one. But like I asked the library if I could use theirs, and they were like, yeah, if you tag us and say that we're from a Carnegie Hall type building, because Carnegie built all the railroads back in the day, and their foundation helped build our library. So they were like, as long as you do that, yeah, sure. But I want to get into some real good social media. My boy Cody that helped me get started with all the LLC and the paperwork and things like that. He's got awesome stuff with Arcane Pizza. If you follow them on Instagram, like, he's got good videos, good music, funny stuff, legit stuff. The pizza comes out, it looks awesome. So I need to get on that level. But again, the logistics and things like that is gonna come. I'm working on that. You know, getting the jobs, doing the jobs. That's one thing. Doing all this stuff, a whole nother thing. Like,
fucking pizza looks good, dude. Is this your boy?
Dude, that's my guy. That's like my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
But this is the guy that got me going here.
Yeah.
Or, you know, helped me get going. But he throws down. I mean, this is a culinary whiz.
I believe it. Shout out to Arcane Pizza.
Yeah.
I think what you're doing on the videos that you have are great. And if you just set up a camera, your phone, and did that for every single job, right? Do that one day where you have like 10 or 15 jobs in one day. Do it all in one day, and you got probably 40 or 50 videos there. Yeah. That you can. But what sucks about that is you got to spend the fucking time editing all that shit. But in today's world, man, I mean, if you want the attention, if you want people like being driven to
this is the number one thing for
you got to do
business. As soon as I made the Facebook is when it really started popping off.
Yeah. So I'll give your boy a follow. But hey, man, anything else you want to add to this before we cut it? You weren't nervous at all. I thought I was going to.
You know what? Hey, I warmed up about halfway through. I got pretty comfortable. And maybe in the beginning I was a little shaky, but can we do some more shout outs?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Paige Zajac, Randy Zajac, Jimmy Zajac, my mom, Julie Martz, stepdad, Dean Martz, my fiance, my beautiful fiance. None of this would be possible without her, Lindsay Corderson, soon to be Lindsay Krolowitz. Man, anybody I'm forgetting, love you guys. Shout out to you for helping me get started. Brandon Ball for being my very first customer ever, way back in the day. This is like 6 years ago before I was ever legit.
Yeah.
Dwelling Realty, Brandon Ball, Dwelling Realty. Man, dude, Bluefish, just because I've been there. That's like my home from home. That's my hub when I'm out on the road. Stop in there and get a coffee anytime I want. Champagne chicken, #1 seller, by the way.
Champagne chicken's pretty good.
Man, I feel like I hope I'm not forgetting it. JMFW.
The one thumb guy, Brian.
9.5. I mean, come on, let's get a break here. Derek Cameron, he's always been cool with me.
Yeah, Derek's good shit.
Cole Black, follow him on Instagram. He's got a bunch of good stuff. Cole So Cold. Let's see, Travis Pauli, Pat Pauli, Renata, my mother from another mother. And one more shout out for my mom again. Love my mom. Yeah. All right, is that cool? Can I do that?
Yeah, that's
cool,
let's
dude.
Go. That's how.
Okay. Sorry, one more. And then all of downtown for supporting me. Clean Lights Tattoos, Outpost, Alpine, Northern Spice. You Bluefish. Oh my God, dude! Damn, I just started a whole thing here. Dwelling, PNC Bank. And anybody I'm forgetting, I love you all. Yeah. But I guess we could probably wrap it up right there.
That's all right, dude. That's good. That's a good place to end it.
Clean Lights Tattoos. Did I get that one in there?
You got him.
Okay, got him. My man. All right.
Good one. Good job. All right, cool. I got to get you to sign the board, homie. All right.